Good evening and welcome to episode number 19. We're going to get straight into it this evening. We're going to go Luke chapter 9 verse 55 and Luke chapter 9 verse 56. My display is a little bit off for some odd reason, but we're going to just push on through and struggle through this whole thing. But it's not going to take very long. We're going to make it quick and easy like I try to do. Keep the commentary down as much as possible. It would be nice to get these like 5 to 10 minutes and really get them out faster. And again, I will say, no maliciousness is intended in any of this. People might think so, but there's not. Compare them side by side. We're going to eventually get into the newer manuscripts, and a lot of the comments have been setting it up perfectly for when that discussion hits and the culmination of all of this. And I think it's going to be pretty decent, pretty eye-opening. I think you'll be a little surprised at what you see and where the stream of thought comes from. And I just did a video on German rationalism, but that's another story. Well, not really, but it leads to where we are now. But we're going to get right into it. And as always, grateful and thankful you taking your time to tune in and see these videos. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to Luke chapter 9, verse 55 in the King James Bible, King James Version, however you want to say it. And then we're going to the ESV, the English Standard Version of 2001. In the King James Bible, chapter 9, 55 reads, "But he turned and rebuked them, and said, Ye know not what manner of spirit." Oh, let me just move that over. See, I told you my display is a little off. "Manner of spirit ye are of." Now in the English Standard Version, it says, "But he turned and rebuked them." None of this is added there. We can have arguments all day, but I'm going to point out something rather simple. Number one, let's start with the fact 33% of the verse is missing. Reference to Matthew 10, verse 20, and John 3:34. Please go to those and see why it's important. When you change one, what happens with the others? Do they coincide? Some go, oh, they do coincide. It's all these things about what they take out. And again, at the culmination of all of this, when we finally get there, you'll notice one can't stand without the other. They combine, they intersect, they intertwine. But modern scholars like to change that. Not so modern, by the way. The modern scholars of which you are relying on are not your David Wallaces. It's not who you're relying on 150-year-old, what you call newer manuscripts. And there's been proof to debunk some of even that. And there's proof to see which ones have actually been changed and what they say they've changed. You got to read them all. You got plenty of websites out there that now have the catalogs of anything you want to look up. So you should do that. And the second point is the Wycliffe, Tyndale, Geneva, etc. all have, apparently spelled all wrong. A-L. That is not how you spell all. It's A-L-L. All have the full verse. So we've now decided, well, I guess Wycliffe was fine for the time for what he had. And Tyndale was fine for what he had. These were godly men. Do you think they were really wrong? Other than misspelled words. And even then, Wycliffe spelt his words correctly, believe it or not. It was the way in which it was done in that point in time. All right, now we're going to jump over to Luke chapter 9, verse 56. This will be fun and exciting. Did a little something different. We add a little more in here. All right, we're going to start with the King James Bible. If you have it, please open it up. If you do not have one, you probably have an online version. And if you have all of these left here, not a lot of people have these other ones. ESV 2001. Yes, people say, you're just attacking the ESV. This here, I'm just going to show you because this leads to something else in the future. I'm not attacking the ESV. People in general, I'm not even attacking anybody, as I have been. Attacked myself. No, that's not, no. I'm more wanting to point out the whole history of things. And not just the surface or the part of the tip of the iceberg of things. There's so much more behind it, but nobody wants to follow through. Again, never mind what you have. Find out who wrote what you have. All right, Luke chapter 9, verse 56. "For the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them. And they went to another village." Now in your ESV 2001, what does it say? You can read it on the screen, kind of. You can see it says what? And they went on to another village. Thankfully, they got that from the newer manuscripts. Westcott Hort in 1881 says, and they went to another village. Well, that kind of matches. That's interesting. Why does it match? ESV shows newer manuscripts, so these are newer manuscripts. Well, yeah, because Westcott and Hort, and they got it from Tischendorf, 1843, and then we get some crazy stuff, so it's not really newer manuscripts. You act like it just showed up yesterday. All right, the next one is NIV. And they went on to another village, 1984. Now, ESV folks do not care for the NIV folk, which is rather interesting. I'm not sure why. I don't know what the deal is there. I know what my problems with the NIV as a King James, King James, a KJV onlyist. Oh no, woo! Amazing how that's the only Bible attacked all the time. Isn't that funny? Anywho, that's the 1984, which I have. These are the ones I have in my collection. So what I have here, I'm a paper guy. I do use online, but I'm mostly a paper guy when I look at these things. What I have physical in hand, kind of like precious metals. I don't invest in stocks in precious metals. I'd rather have the physical thing in my hand. And they went out to another village, NIV 1984. I get ahead of myself, ESV, Westcott, NIV, and NIV 1976 New Testament, of which I do have that also in paperback when it came out. And they went to another village. And then the ASV 1901 says, and they went to another village. Now, we could stop there. We could. And we see these Protestant Bibles, they seem to have changed because they got the newer manuscripts. But I also want to bring up the NAB, the New American Bible. Now, I didn't write up here, but I'm going to tell you about it anyways. That's the Catholic Bible. And it says they journeyed to another village. Basically the same, just changed the journey. And in the NRSV, the Catholic edition, instead of and they, it says then they went to another village. You don't think things have changed? You don't think there's an ecumenical action going in here? Yeah, but Stephen, 1952 edition. Yeah, no, I know I have the 1952. I didn't put it up here, the RSV. Yeah. Says these things. Now, if you look at the 1955, I was just looking at it a little while ago, 1955, one of the Catholic Bibles here out of Chicago. Was it Spellman, the Archbishop, I think, at that point in time? I can't remember. It has the other way around. It has it almost, there's one word different, but it was identical pretty much to the King James Bible. Oh no, see, I told you that Catholic people made the King James Bible. You're foolish. If that was true, they'd be sticking to the King James Bible. But what happened is all the Catholic Bibles, these new Bibles, all coexist, don't they? What do we got coexisting in the world? And you won't find that in the Bible. All these faiths are not to be coexisting. So you got the Catholic Bibles, the New Catholic Bibles, the Modern Catholic Bibles, all agree with the Protestant Bibles from 1881 forward. Take that for what you will. You can leave your comments when you want, but all I'm saying is look at it. Take it. You can go look up Eberhard Nessel, Nessel and Allen, but we've already talked about this. Kurt Allen didn't come until after the fact. Eberhard Nessel creating it way back when. Ironically, Eberhard Nessel went to a college or somewhere, something, I forgot what it was, created by Count Eberhard, which is kind of funny. But Nessel before Allen took over. Well, anyways, we'll do that video another time. We've got a lot of podcasts coming up on some of these men. All I'm telling you is look at scriptures. This never happens. I don't know why, and I shouldn't say that. Maybe there might be a YouTube video somewhere that they put them side by side, but I haven't really seen them to this degree. And all I'm doing is putting it out there for you to decide. Do you think something's off? Do you think that the new manuscripts have now taken out all of the important things? for the Son of Man. For some reason, folks have a problem with that, and well, no, it's not there. So they just went to the village. So for the Son of Man did not come to destroy men's lives, then, right? That's not and to save them. That's not important to have. You argue that it's not in there, but it's weird how some of the really key things and important things in the Bible. I'm just saying. Somebody's going to give me 3 other verses that are important that are still there. That's a rebuttal. Not answering why these aren't. Because the early manuscripts. Have you even looked them up? Some of them are not even there. And I've hit the 10-minute mark and over. I want to keep it under 10 minutes. This is for you to take a look, enjoy. I appreciate your time. You can agree, you can disagree. It's okay. God gave you free will. God bless, and have a beautiful evening.